Okay, since we got all the talking done out of the way in the last video for the most part, let's dive right into the sound examples on this new Mikko 2. Okay, I have a new preset here pulled up in Line 6 Helix Native. This is the archetype because I find it's like one of the easiest to make sound good with just about anything. It doesn't take nearly as much tweaking as a lot of the other amp models. We have two different cabs. They're both the Cali V30. And we have like a Friedman thing with the 57s going on. And I have the low cut done on both of them the same as I do in Mikko 2, just to kind of make it a little bit closer. That's about all that we have in the Helix Native to try to do that without putting an EQ and doing some crazy stuff there. So, all right, this is just Helix Native without the Mikko 2. In my opinion, that shows a huge difference between the way the cabs used to work. I used to find the Helix cabs pretty much unusable. Now you can get by with these. Like, they don't sound the worst, but it can be a lot better. I find the low end really loose on that, and just a lot of room for improvement. So let's jump over to Mikko 2. And I have this set up very much in the same way. I have a third microphone that is right now muted, so don't worry about that. We have the same thing going on with these 257s. This, we have a EQ curve, which we're able to do some adjustments there. And we have the latency over here to make those even closer. Now, again, we are just using the free version here. So with Mikko 2, you have 9 different IR captures that you can create and blend together to export one IR. The biggest thing there, the biggest advantage of that, in my opinion, is if you jump over to Helix, you already have a lot more processing there going on with 2 different IRs. And then the EQ after the cab section that it takes to really fine tune your sound. I find that I don't need to do that with Mikko 2, so it's a lot quicker if I'm using the Mikko 2, and it takes a lot less processing, and that may not be as big of a deal to people that are doing some genres of metal where you don't do a lot of different effects and stuff. I do more proggy stuff, and I do praise and worship music, both of which are a lot more labor intensive on the CPU. But you may not find that you have that unless people that are using the Stomps or the, the Pod Go, people that are using those where you have a little bit more limitations on CPU, this is going to be huge for, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and jump over, and we're going to turn on this third microphone that I really enjoy, and we're just going to play around. I have this as a preset, which I can make available if anybody's interested. If you want that, just message, and I'll figure out how the preset share works, and I'll send this how it is right now to you. Let's turn on the third microphone. All right, I just went ahead and recalled the preset back to what I had programmed. Some of those microphones I just ran through are not available on the free version. You have 4 of these microphones, and I don't recall off the top of my head which one of those are available, so I kind of ran through all of them real quick. My apologies if you have the free one and one of the ones you liked isn't available. But I wanted to do as much as I could in this video with the free plugin. And like I said, if you don't want to adjust anything in this and you just want the if you just want this IR or the preset, you would still create your own IR with it, adjust to your specific setup. So you may find that your guitar is a little bit different, or maybe just your listening environment, and you can make those adjustments. The EQ is probably one of the coolest features. If you didn't see my last video, you can right click these last 2 and turn them into shelves, and that allows you to kind of do a different type of sweep. These are always like the bell or whatever EQ. So you have different adjustments there, your high pass and low pass. I usually do my high pass at 55 Hertz. That's the lowest note on my low A. And then I go down and low cut just all the stuff I don't need. I don't do that so much if I'm playing live, but if I'm recording guitars where it's sitting in a mix, I cut down to about 8.5 or even 8. So I cut down quite a bit there. If I find that if I'm playing out somewhere and I find that it's really shrill or something, I might cut down to like 9 or so, but I try not to cut out so much and let whoever is running sound do more of that. But you do have those available in the Helix, just in the global settings or whatever, so you don't even really use CPU up for that. So I don't worry about it too much in this. And if you want to export the IR, then for the Helix, it's 16-bit and 48K. We're just going to do mono because that's the limitations of the Helix. And I won't be running this with another manufacturer's IRs. It's just when I create an IR, I want it to be by itself. If you wanted to blend this with other IRs, then you would want to leave this on, but I'm going to turn that off, and then I'd export it. I already have this in my Helix, so I'm not going to do that right now. But if you grab the free version and mess around with it and create your own, or use this one and tweak it, that's how you would get it to your whatever you're using. If you're just using it in a DAW, just make sure it's after, let me pull that down. Just make sure it's after the amp simulation software that you're using. As long as it's after it, then you're good to go. Make sure you turn off the cab simulation in whatever amp software you're using. whether it's in the AMP plugins, Helix Native, or any other AMP simulation software. As long as you're able to turn off the cab section, you can put this after it, and it's gonna perform great in my opinion. So that is about it for this video. There is a ton in here, so I'm going to leave. I have a couple more videos already made, but after that, I'm going to kind of leave this up to demand. What do you want to hear? Either shot out between the Helix Native or just hear the cabs in general. From the full version, we have 38 to choose from. So if you want to hear different blends, shootouts, anything like that, that's what I'm going to be doing for a while. We have a lot of content to cover, and I'm excited about it. I'm loving this so far. It's very intuitive, even though you have all this control. So I think ML Sound Lab has knocked it out of the park with this one. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.